Yeah, I mean, like,
It's never fun fighting.
yeah, like I said, like any character could just like duck under a lot of stuff. I mean, that's gonna be annoying to fight. But yeah, and obviously got like combo strings. But then equally, Kirby is just so light. His recovery's very gimbal as well. Like, you know, he's got obviously he's got the loads of jumps, but you know, the actual upbeat is slow.
And
it's not great.
the thing is with Kirby in this matchup, like you keep talking about how the down tilt is going to be really good. I feel like when he does get hit by electric, it's not going to be every time because it's going to be human error. When he does get hit by electric,
oh, he's dead.
He's going to explode.
Yeah.
But we're seeing now the down tilt putting a lot of work already. The shift just started. He's already clocked in.
It was funny that we spoke immediately about down tilt, and I will not even lie. I count that was 6 in a row.
Yeah.
The sixth one hit, and now suddenly
We-
Jet's at 70%. Like,
We were going over like the stuff that Kirby can crouch, and it's like most of Kazuya's kit.
Wow.
It's really gross. Like, in order to play against down tilt, you're gonna have to start using like the obscure worse options in Kazuya's kit. And having a move that's that good, that forces your opponent to use kind of bad options in neutral, is really, really good.
He's going to have to go for that one. That move, that downward swinging jab, right?
Yeah. He's gonna have to go for like his down tilt, which is really slow. His crouch jab also is whiffs, by the way.
Wow.
So yeah, like his normal neutral options just don't work in this matchup. He's gonna have to figure out how to play. He killed with rock.
He killed the rock. He did what he needed to. I mean, repping the Kirb0 tag as well at the moment. Not even killed with rock.
Boulder is
Kirb0 is like that's
Yeah.
a raw tag. Actually.
Side B though does work.
right. Can't duck under that.
yeah, that
Can't
didn't
duck under that.
kill.
Lived. Yeah, I was going to say he lived.
He lived. You wonder if maybe if Jet could have gotten a better punish, like gotten that into like trip into Electro Wing God Fist or something along those lines, but
Yeah,
And
he
again,
can't roll out against Kirby. He will be looking for that F smash.
yeah, we saw it so much yesterday,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just him sniffing out those rolls away, and Kirby's like really weirdly good ground speed, just being able to chase opponents, particularly someone as slow as Kazuya.
yeah. Like we've talked a lot about Jet's grounded movement in sets that he's had in the past, but Kirby's just so fast.
Yeah. I mean, the entire like mission really for Kirb0 is just like in the advantage state, get as much as you can off like, you know, as many moves as you can, and then in like neutral, like just do not interact. Because like Kirby obviously like
Yeah, see?
yeah,
that
like
was
that,
crouch jab.
like to duck under a lot of things and like be really annoying for Kazuya, but equally like if the Kazuya strings start coming out, like that Kirby's dead.
The thing that you have to do in this matchup as Kazuya is you're
Oh
okay,
my,
Not
wow.
that.
Not
yeah,
that.
Not that.
Don't
Definitely
get
not
into
that.
Yeah,
the
goddamn.
thing that you have to do actually is use your aerials more, which is scary in part because your aerials can be parried really easily when Kirby crouches because you have to use the same timing every time. But it's also by far the most rewarding and safe options that you have. And we've talked about this before, but because Jet's grounded movement is so good, like he plays the character like he's playing Tekken, so he doesn't really jump because of how bad the jump squad is and how
Right.
good his grounded movement is. He needs to get a lot better at like jumping in and going for like Nair, because he needs Nair is basically the only move that he has that hits consistently that will lead to combos.
I
So he
feel
needs
like
to just hit that.
even without the universal, before Kazuya, the universal jump squat, obviously Kazuya's being frame 7, I believe.
Yeah.
I feel like the game has compensated that by giving him, I guess, like faster frame aerials. Because his up air is really quick.
His up air is
I don't
really
know
quick.
how
Frame
far
4,
that
I believe.
yeah, frame
Yeah,
4. I don't know
it's
how
really
far that
fast.
hits below himself.
No, that whiffs. Like
Right,
back air
okay.
whiffs, up air whiffs. It's basically, it's Nair and Dare.
That's tough.
Yeah. It's Nair and Dare that hit, which is, you've got one move that doesn't have a lot of range and one move that you're not hitting anything off. Down smash, though, definitely hits.
Jeez. Yeah, no ducking under that. That just
Sent to the bus, just like get out.
Yeah, and Kirby's now starting to get a little bit EDC. I feel like he got the Nair right there into the grab. That could be good, obviously, like Chucky said earlier. You're going to have to find grab or aerial attacks more instead of putting
Oh,
the
yeah.
ground.
Grab whiffs as well, by the way.
Tough.
Yeah.
That is tough.
It's tough. So you have to rely on confirms into grab, and yeah, it's tough.
That was one hit of forward.
Yeah, that was really gross.
Yeah.
That was hot as hell.
Oh,
Oh,
but
there
you
you go.
gotta be careful of that. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta like get as much as you can when you're in advantage as Kirby, but it's like the moment you're in neutral, you gotta get away because you cannot get hit by a single electric.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
Kirb0.
The way.
And obviously trying to send it
Oh,
on.
I respect that. I
Yeah.
respect that. Trying to
He
go
wanted the
down with
grab.
him.
Yeah, he wanted the grab.
Obviously that rage drive on deck as well. Like Kirb0, like obviously trying to play around it a little bit. There's the one electric connects, but thankfully Kirb0 gets out of it without too much damage.
That's another thing. Oh, characters with multiple jumps do well against electric anyway, because they just have more mix-ups. So that's another thing that Kirb0's been using.
Yeah, very true.
Tries to get the reverse up tilt, the classic B&B, just can't find it. Just gonna get electric to the stead, Jesus.
And things you can see as well, Jet being really, really careful with the combo route that he's going for as
Yeah.
well. We're not seeing these really long strings because I feel like there's that element of uncertainty as to what you can get on Kirby. But hang on, that could be it.
That should be it, yeah.
Yeah.
Clutch.
That's what
Jet
I'm
on
saying.
the board.
You need to kill off those. So
Yeah.
Have to.
I think that Nair really helped in that game too. Like he realized, okay, I have to go for that because if Kirb0 starts trying to parry it, then you can go for like Tomahawk into
Look at my boy jamming.
punishing the
Look
shit.
at my boy's in the zone. He's
He's vibing.
grooving.
I mean, he's just watching his leader getting packed up that second game, though. I'm not gonna lie. He got uppercut to the skies.
yeah.
To the damn skies. And that's what you gotta watch out for. That side B off the ledge.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna crumple you. Have to watch out for that. I feel like that's a big habit from Jet's side. Maybe Kirby can pick up these games going forward, but you know, for now, Jet's eating off that.
And I gotta say, like, Jet again, as always, like proven kind of any naysayer as well. Like that's another player that, like, if nothing else, in having to set, obviously can't call it yet, but like, that's still another game taken off a top player.
Pretty sure he's taking a game off everyone he's playing.
Yeah.
Lugi included.
I feel like Jet is definitely a name that, like, you know, UK's got to like keep in mind now. But regardless,
Yeah.
obviously, we are in this game 1-1 between these two. Kirb0, obviously, after getting those combo strings a little bit damage, tacked on 76% and a bit more climbing as well. Kirb0 is obviously trying to seal us up as quickly as he can.
I think going back to what you were saying, Fabs, about that side B off ledge being a habit that you can pick up on, I think that's a real disadvantage that Jet is going to have in this set because we've been speaking a lot about the tools that Jet can't go for. And so when you've got a very limited options of what is actually going to work, it just means that Kirb0 has got like very little habits to just, you know, like pick up on.
Yeah, no,
like,
I feel you.
Like, you know, if back airs are going to whiff and it's only going to be like nairs and forward airs, then Kirb0's going to be able to pick up on that and then adjust easier, as opposed to in most matchups where you've got to keep out, you know, everybody's kit in mind.
No, I feel you.
When you've only got like 30% of the kit, like, it's so much
Yeah.
easier to like pick up on those things.
And now I'm seeing Jet getting a bit antsy. He's throwing out a lot of
I was
moves.
about to say that,
you
yeah.
know, and you're just getting, I feel like Kirby's just waiting.
I'm saying, like, when we saw Jet being patient, like in that last game, like, he was getting so much mileage, but like he's being very aggressive. And this is kind of what's been happening a lot of this weekend, is that like Jet can go down a stock and then starts kind of throwing out these quite desperate plays. Like, think kind of the mindset is like, oh, I need to like even this up now.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, in a game, like, stocks are kind of, or sometimes like obviously they matter, but like obviously you've got free to play with. You know, you can take your time to find your opponents.
Also, did Kirby swallow like a pound of lead before the set? Because how is he living this long?
Yeah.
That's like 3 different kill situations where Kirby should be dead.
Oh my
and has
God.
now taken another stock. Why is Kirby at 160% against
Kirby
Kazuya
does.
goddamn
Because he
Mishima?
crouches most of the kill moves.
There we go. Finally getting one off though. Obviously, Kirb0 looking so strong in this game right now.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels like the nature of Kazuya kind of enables Jet to play this way of kind of being desperate because obviously
Oh yeah.
the reward is
100%.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I feel like Jet
Make
is
no
kind of
mistake.
just being like, you know what, like fuck it, let me just throw this one out. Because if it hits, damn, you know, big reward. If it doesn't miss, and if it misses, like cool. I just get hit a little
yeah,
bit.
no, my flick electric wind hit. Cool, I'll get a kill off that. But the kill just going to Kirb0 there, looking so dominant in the game.
Yeah, the risk reward might be high in Jet's favor, but he's not even getting any reward right now. It's just straight risk, and you know, Kirby or Kirb0 is very ahead at the moment. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. He looked comfortable.
He looked good in that game. That was a confident Kirb0.
Yeah.
Edge guarding,
Yeah.
you know, punishing options.
That was kind of Kirb0 was playing the matchup perfectly there.
I feel like
he was
Kirb0
doing
played
there.
way better than,
Yeah.
than the other games.
Yeah, like there he was doing everything we kind of were like saying before about
Yeah.
how you got to approach this
Yeah.
matchup as Kirby.
Yeah.
And for me, Jet kind of withered down. For me, he plays like how I like to call it a stage hazard, where he's not really doing too much. He's just putting hitboxes out on the stage, and you just have to just avoid. You know what I mean? And then you can punish from there.
I think also that's the beauty of a 2-day format like this, right? Because obviously this would be the first set that Kirb0's won all weekend. Because he went 0-3 yesterday, but the fact that, you know, at most typical tournaments you lose 2 sets, see you later, but the fact that even after this, it didn't, obviously it's going to be a bigger mountain to climb, but it doesn't matter too much how Kirb0 was playing yesterday. If he's putting in a shift like this, he can still ultimately place as high as he wants when it comes down to the final, you know, final placings.
Yeah, Kirb0, one of the reasons he's playing this matchup so well is because there is a Kazuya.
Because down tilt.
Yeah, there is a Kazuya who is on Scotland PR. Nam got 10th on the most recent Scotland PR, the one I had to DM the TOs to get. Yeah, so he does know the matchup, and also like Kazuya's just a more relevant character.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of Kazuyas in the UK, and like obviously like kind of one of the more talked about characters alongside Steve, as always in the community. So like I feel like if you don't know the Kazuya matchup, you've got to learn real quick.
Behind
so insane.
Palutena.
Oh, insane tech though.
Behind Palutena, he's the most played character in the game.
I don't know if that was bait. I don't know if that was
GK
bait or
plus.
not, but either way, that was pretty nice from Kirb0 to kind of recognize he's going to be rushing in again. That stage had a type of gameplay. It's being a hitbox near me. I'm just going to avoid you and punish you in my own way.
Yeah, like there he's rushing in, like he's trying to find his opening. Like does find it, but not gonna get a kill just yet.
Going low with the rock, the boulder, the Kirb boulder. How does he get off the ledge though? Really ill-advised fair. He's gonna get grabbed for it. The laser not even gonna kill.
Yeah, I can't lie. Like Joyce, I'm starting to think like this Kirby inhaled like some lead. Cause, yeah,
living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like it's just really. You've got more limited options to find that kill. I'm surprised he's not using that like trip kick more. I feel like that would be pretty useful. But yeah, most of Kazuya's moves that can hit Kirby don't kill. So it's difficult for him to find it.
He's doing a lot more nairs now when he approaches.
Yeah.
A lot more aerial play, and I feel like Kirb0 kind of has to back off a bit more. He's kind of jumping over these down tilts that he's getting spammed in his face, but Toe's not doing too much.
See again, like I'm just seeing Jet throw out a lot of moves. Like we saw,
Like
you know,
that.
kind of like center screen laser, which obviously has a lot of kind of lag to it. And they're like, you know, going for the up Bs when like Kirb0 was still just coming off the ledge. Like Jet is kind of, he's throwing out a lot. But of course, you know, you just need one really. Like, you just need
a couple of hits, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the stage houses are there for a reason. Sometimes you just can't get past them. It's a big roadblock.
Yeah, he plays like a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Alright, but obviously Kirb0 starting to get these hits in.
Nice.
Down
He's
tilt
gonna roll
into
away.
forward smash.
Really have to watch your tech options on that. I really like how Kirb0's punishing that, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He catches rollouts a lot. I think he's used to it.
He's also really good at catching, like he's good at edge guarding as well, which is really important in this matchup as well, is to make sure you make the most of your edge guards. He crouched out of disadvantage instead of shielding that. That's smart.
And that's it. That is it. Send him up to the skies, and Kirb0 taking that one 3-1 over Jet. But like, I gotta say, good stuff to Jet though.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Before we talk about Kirby, let's talk about Jet, because like
Jet.
I want people to put some respect on that name.
Yeah.
This guy, and I'm like,
look,
I'm not like calling out on him. I think people were definitely like thinking, who is this guy? Like, not really many know him. Other than like known down south because of the few tournaments he travelled to. But everyone kind of saw him get voted in and thought like, wait, who is Jet? Like, who is this guy? Is he known at all? And he's come in with like a lot of eyes on him and kind of many kind of believers. But he's taken games off SBF. I think took a game off Lukey as well.
He took a game off everyone.
Yeah, taking a game off everyone. Beat Robbie, obviously.
Yeah.
So, like, genuinely, good stuff to the guy.
Can we get a Kirb0 interview?
Yeah.
Can we get a Kirb0 interview?
I did also put a ping out to the players saying that, like, if they want to come talk, winners or losers, like, feel free to come to Mike. Because obviously it would be quite nice to hear from, like, even sort of people that do lose. But obviously, we're not going to summon them.
No, we're not going to call over
I don't
people
care
who
that you
lose.
said. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if any players do, if you're listening as well, like, want to come talk, win or lose.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Feel free to just talk about your run. If you're out,
but
like,
and obviously like fan community and stuff.
I like to
that's Jester and Jet now, both who were voted in.
Yeah.
From the community, both out now.
I do
I've
like
done the
talking
community proud.
to players about like how they feel about that. I was like asking when we asked Lugi yesterday how he felt, and he
Yeah.
was like, no questions asked, I win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
I like to know people's mentals.
Yeah, I want
Yeah,
to see how they're feeling.
Because I always
So-
want to know what you're thinking about when you're playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are your head empty? Are you, you know, you thinking about anything?
But yeah, it would be good to hear from Kirb0 if we can. There
Hey,
he is.
have a
Hello.
seat, brother.
Obviously, haven't been able to talk to him this weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
gonna
gonna say, nice to get you on the mic.
Kirb0,
Yeah.
welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Pretty good.
How you feeling right now? You feeling good?
Yeah, yeah.
So we were talking about Joycey mentioned that even though you went 0-3 yesterday, to like go up against the Kazuya with the match knowledge that you seem to have with down tilts and stuff like that, you just look really confident throughout, like today.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident like throughout today, or do you are you excited for your next match or anything? Or?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
I mostly have Kazuya experience because Nathan Bone Crush is in like my region, so
Yeah,
I
fair.
just got experience from him.
Fair.
Do you find that like, because obviously the summit format is a little bit different to most days. Like even with like 2-day tournaments, it's more like you've got to be sort of on fire day 1 and you got to be on fire day 2 if you want to place high. Do you feel like having that sort of little bit of leeway on day 1, where regardless of how you did, like you still got into bracket? Did that sort of help ease your nerves coming into today?
A little bit, yeah, because on day 1 I honestly didn't really play that well, but I think I'm playing a lot better today, so hopefully I
Yeah.
can make stuff happen.
Yeah, because that's also what we've been saying as well, right? Is that like regardless of, we've seen it in other summits as well, where like somebody plays out really hot during the pool sets, and then they absolutely bust through in bracket, and then the other way around, where like they may not do as well or take sort of the group stages as seriously, and then when it comes to bracket day, they put in the work.
Yeah.
Do you know who you got next?
I think it's the loser of Pally Jazzo.
That's fair. Who would you rather have?
Probably Jazzo. I might go Mario, honestly, because I've got secondary Mario.
That's fair.
You think Kirby Rob's just...
It's actually is the loser of Lugi Hollow. Yeah. So
Lugi
Oh.
Hollow.
Oh, okay.
so
Hmm.
I mean, obviously I presume you'd probably want Hollow in that situation.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But no, good stuff. Obviously moving through to bracket.
Thank you.
Keep
feeling
it going,
good
brother.
well?
Best
Yeah.
of luck in the rest of it, and might see you on the mic later, might not, but best of
Thanks
luck to
so
you
much.
going forward. Yes.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
stuff. There you go. That is Kirb0. Thought all of you finally get a chance to talk to him as well.
Yep.
Obviously, like as we were saying, like pools is just day 1 at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
you could